pa 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 tum tum pa 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 na 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 boom boom boom, and then the Universal logo will flash, come your eye top. Bongo Ideas with the Hollywood story. Bongo has come again with a script like the script. My time come go do am. I know they cap my time come go do am. But who go produce them? They won't just finish producing a country called Ghana, so money no share that day. But that story they give pig your palm vibes. So those who they read pig your palm. Bongo in story be like pig your palm. Pig your palm will be very proud. Will be very, very proud in heaven. She might be smiling down saying, "My son, you've done well." This is a story for the century, a story for ages, a story for hey. See, so yesterday I did a take on Bongo's DW interview, and I was like, boy, no, clearly, I know some of you believed or had the same idea as me. Some of you not so much, and after that, Bongo was scheduled to appear on Dr. Smart, Captain Smart, on Onuya TV for ne Marchi Jumedino. So we were all like, okay. And then old tweets of Bongo started coming up of when he called Captain Smart unprofessional way. So people were like, we are expecting to see what will happen. Only for today to come, and then the interview has been cancelled. But Bongo was trending. And this is why Bongo is trending. Bongo has finally released a statement detailing what happened to him from the day he was picked up. Up to now, investigations, police are still doing investigations, so he doesn't want to give info to the public. You've already given info to the public. You are now saying they are doing investigations. You don't want to. So see, this is a story Bongo came up with. Let's all read the story. The story they be blockbuster. The story, Marvel for take up. Typical. You are big. So make you go. So Bongo says, on the dawn of Thursday, March 14, 2024, around 2 to 3 a.m., while I was just dozing off in my couch. Bongo get a couch. He did doze off in a couch. A group of suspected police officials invaded my home. Immediately, the entire household and some tenants in the house woke up to ask for their mission. They blatantly refused to answer them and moved straight to my door to break in. They banged in the first door tenderously and eventually broke it open with full combat force. I woke up abruptly to check what was happening. Then I was hit in the face so hard, pinched to the floor, pinched to the floor, knees on my back and neck like George Floyd. Hey, I can't breathe. Bongo is saying he can't breathe. Let him breathe, he can't breathe. George Floyd, okay. And I was cuffed. I asked what my crime was, and the reply I received was 3 heavy slaps from the supposed officers who were brandishing a rifle and pistols. They dragged me back into my bedroom, ransacked it hurriedly, then took my iPhone 12 Pro Max, MacBook Pro 2020 M1, my MTN table net router, ITEL YAM phone, and all my IDs, including my Ghana card, Visa card, Voters ID, and NHIA card. All my charges were also taken. In a Rambo style, I thought the guy is watching too much movies. Okay. I mean, he wants to give us a clear picture. In Rambo style, I was dragged like a wanted fugitive into a minivan that looked like a police vehicle with no number plate. That's scary. When the household requested for which station they were taking me to, they reluctantly said Central. Further questions from the fear-stricken crowd were ignored. Immediately I was pushed into the vehicle. I was blindfolded and a cover was put over my head. And then I was subjected to severe physical abuse by this man, who then revealed to who then revealed to men subtly that they weren't sanctioned, or who then revealed that they weren't sanctioned police officers. One of the men said verbatim, "You are very stupid for insulting my mother, and you will pay for it with your life. When you look at me, do I look like an ordinary police officer?" I mustered courage and asked him who his mother was. He went berserk and reacted instantly by slapping me on the face multiple times and hitting me in the abdomen. Hey, Charlie Bongo was suffering. They are hitting me in the face and the abdomen. I let out a yelp of pain. The car traveled for a while and a call came, purportedly asking them to take a detour. I was then told that they were taking me to a river to put bullets in my head and dump me. One of the men said, "Let's just finish him off here and dump his body into the water. Nobody will even notice." I was told to say my final words. Hey, Dax.
What would your last words be if someone put a gun to your head and said you had 2 minutes before they shoot?
I was told to say my last words as they pointed their erect pistols to my head. I went blank. After the men paced up and down for a while, contemplating on what to do with me when I'm eventually rendered lifeless, they somehow decided to put me back into the car. Wow. They said to me that they would be taking me to the northern region where I would be killed and be buried silently without a trace. One said in Tree, "We will add you to the accident victims and bury you en masse." Just a mass burial. I was then transported to an unknown location where I was carelessly pushed up a flight of stairs while still blindfolded and in cuffs. I hit my head against the pillars several times. One of the men said in Tree, "Commander, we have brought him." Commander, alright. The commander asked me to kneel and reveal my passwords. I refused. Hey, Bongo, with all you were going through, with all the beating, with they coming to kill him, you still gave him refuse. You are matched. It can be true. It can be true. I'm not saying Bongo is lying. It can be true. It can be true. He can actually refuse. I refused. And once again, I received blows to my face, kicks to my tummy, and slaps to my back. I finally succumbed. Why wouldn't you? They are coming to kill you. They've already beaten you. They give me password. You say no. How stubborn can you be? But still, they were punching Bongo in the face. They were punching Bongo in the face, underlined. I asked that my items be given back to me after they were done with the search because I have nothing incriminating on them. The reply I sharply got was whether I wanted my items back or I wanted my life back, and I said both. Subsequently, I was taken out and down and then put into a different car other than the van that brought me. How is Bongo able to identify that he was put in a different car if he was blindfolded? Or he felt a shift in the... Okay, I mean, you don't know the experiences of Bongo, you know. I was taken to another unknown location, still in cuffs and blindfolded. And after some minutes of a rough ride, I was given to another set of unknown individuals who took me to a room and locked me up. At least Bongo's situational awareness is very good. He can tell when they've exchanged him. It's very good. After hours of being cuffed at the back, oh, so handcuffing was at the back. Okay. The metal started eating into my flesh and I was feeling excruciating pain. I asked that the cuffs be made flexible and that they should take me to the law court and charge me if I had committed any crime. Nobody was present to answer me, I realized. Due to the bad stench in the room, I threw up a couple of times. I could not sit nor stand. I leaned. I was sweating profusely with my face swollen like a thief who had been subjected to mob violence. Underline here. I was sweating profusely with my face swollen like a thief who had been subjected to mob violence. You can tell that face. See, that face doesn't take 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or even a month to become normal. Oh. Keep that in mind, though. Alright, let's continue. I laid on my side in that cold room for more than 8 hours. how did Bongo know he laid there for 8 hours? You are blindfolded. You haven't seen light. You don't know what the hell is going on. You don't. Bongo was wearing Times Square watch. You see, Times Square has this thing. They have this Times Square. There are watches, and it can make you feel like James Bond. We have some that can actually tell the time and what have you. So maybe it was hidden somewhere. They said, "Oh, watch it on your tray," and they for 8 hours. Bongo, how did you know you laid there for 8 hours? Hey, no problem, no wahala. Me, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Bongo can tell. I don't know. I don't know. Please, let's continue. Let's continue in peace. I only heard distant chatter and approaching footsteps. Nobody said anything to me or told me why I was there. At a point, I feared for my life. Hey, after all of this, you never feared for your life. It is at this point that you are fearing for your life. When they wanted to kill you, you didn't fear for your life. When they said, let's put bullets in him and dump him here, you weren't. This point, that is, hey, Abba, brah, come on, brah, hey, well. At a point, I feared for my life, considering the fact that I was cuffed and powerless. Even if you weren't cuffed, what are you going to do? And you've been cuffed since they picked you up. It is now you are fearing for your life. Now that you feel like you are powerless, hey, Bongo. Now what for you? All right, so that I was cuffed and powerless, bundled into a room and blindfolded, and didn't know if I were a sacrificial lamb being taken to the slaughterhouse. Bongo, Peg your point is proud. I know will lie, Peg your point is proud. Later on, I was picked up like a log and put in another vehicle. This vehicle drove for a short while and then I was given to a new set of individuals. This is the guy who is blindfolded. Hey, you see, I wasn't there. These individuals dragged me by the collar of my shirt and pushed me into their car. A new cover was put over my blindfolded face, which made it difficult for me to catch some breath. I suffocated silently. The man can't breathe. Let him breathe. I sat in the middle of two men at the rear who pinched my legs to the carpet of the car with what felt like guns. My knees were hit from... Let's rewind. So, for what you felt, you couldn't specify whether it was guns or not. But for you lying there vacuumly, you could calculate that you've lied there for 8 hours. I mean, that's not... Let's forget about that. Let's forget. All right. My knees were hit from time to time as we journeyed. They said no word, and the interior of the car felt like a Toyota V8 or an SUV. Bongo, you are tired. You are blindfolded. Your legs is pinched down to the carpet by what felt like a gun. How were you able to feel the car and know that this is a V8 or SUV? I'm sorry. Let's continue. This man drove me for over 30 minutes until they got to their destination. Bongo with the time again. Hey, Bongo. But if Bongo had superpowers like in Marvel movies. So the time stone is with Doctor Strange. So Bongo is trying to say he's Doctor Strange in the Marvel universe. The man can tell time. Then I was brought out and pushed into a room. A man came to give me further instructions and warnings, saying, "Why do you insult the president of the country? A small boy like you should not have the audacity to criticize the president. If the economy is not working, does it call for insult? All your other friends will also be picked up and be disciplined in due time." But Bongo gave him more. Like when talk, you say, make no talk about the president, but in Bongo's memoir, Bongo, the guy is a different breed. Hey, Bongo. Let's continue. And then, so all his friends will be, please, if you are Bongo's friend, watch out, oh, watch out, watch out. Then one of his boys subjected me, to immense physical torture by hitting my cuffed hands with a stick until they became numb. More slaps followed with every word that he said. My shin was hit until it started to bleed. Then the hot words continued. It was like, how much have you taken from the opposition? How much has Mahama and the NDC paid you to publish what you publish? Tell us now. Mention their names. Bongo here, Clay give me. If the question is, how much have you taken from the opposition? How much has Mahama and the NDC paid you to publish what you publish? Tell us now. Mention their names. Mention who. Is it not the price? Is it not the price you are supposed to mention? Mention names. He's already mentioned names. That how much has Mahama and the NDC paid you? So you need to say, oh, they haven't paid me, they've paid. Which one is? Or you want to say the man to the person who picked it up to, know how to answer in questions, how to ask in questions. I had no answers for them. And that ruffle, and that exacerbated my plight. Ruffle, Bongo with a bravo. I was beaten to a near pop. Then I was taken back into the vehicle. They got out, switched off the AC, and closed the door. The heat in the car made me shout for help. I was literally losing my breath. All this while, I was still cuffed and blindfolded. All this while, the man was still cuffed and blindfolded, but he could tell he was in an SUV. He could tell the time. Bongo is strange. Bongo is Dr. Strange. Bongo is him. Then one of the men suggested that I be dropped at an unknown place at night. A new suggestion to drive me around for hours was rather taken. Let's back up. They got out, switched off the AC, closed the door. The heat in the car made me shout for hours. Literally, all this while, I was still capped. So did they make that suggestion in the car, or when they got out was when they made that suggestion? Because, okay, right, maybe when they got back in the car and then so you hear it. Then one of the men suggested that I'd be dropped at an unknown place at night. A new suggestion to drive me around for hours was rather taken. I asked where I were, and one said you are somewhere in the eastern region. But people who Bongo still gave him the ask question. Okay. Whew. You are somewhere in the eastern region. Subsequently, the cuffs were removed. My swollen wrist and hands hung loosely. I was then tied up again with a rope at the back and pushed into the car. So when they removed the handcuffs, then they were like, okay, we've moved it's like this. We've moved that. Now let's tie him with a rope. So they tied him with a rope like this. So not like this at the back. Okay. And pushed into the car. After several minutes of ride, I was brought out and abandoned in a forest near a path. They drove off speedily. I shook and nodded my head vigorously until the blindfold started to loosen. Blindfold. If you have to shake your head and nod your head, it will come off. Bongo is saying he did that. I nodded my head vigorously until the blindfold started to loosen up. They had taken the cover off the blindfold, so it took me nearly a minute or so for it to drop off my face and my eyes. I saw light for the first time since dawn. I then picked up a stone to cut the rope. So Bongo was tied up like this. And then he went to pick up stone at the back. And like Jean-Claude Van Damme, he was time for prison break. And he... Let's give it up for Bongo. The guy is serious. Hey. Then I picked up a stone to cut the rope. It was an effort in futility, but I persisted until it cut. A good Samaritan, aka an Okada rider, felt pity judging by my state and brought me back home. First of all, you said you were beaten like a thief. Ghana we dey. Who will see you beaten like a thief and have pity and say, let me pick you up? When he's not sure what you've done. When he doesn't even know if you are correct or not. The person will just stop and say, ah boy, where you? People will just pass. Oh, the Ghana we dey now. People see you like that, then figure say something they wrong, you know correct, or you go tell something where they beat you. They know we can't pick you, maybe the thieves, you go talk them, say, I be accomplice, give you, then me too, then go beat me like you. An eye for an eye can't Vision 2020. What am I even saying? With Bongo story, wouldn't I also be saying trash? He gave me his helmet and made me sleep on his back while I pointed out the directions to him. He later reviewed, he gave me and made me sleep on his back while I pointed out directions to him. He later revealed to me that where I was dropped off by the kidnappers was Botiman Racecourse. A day after I went to the Soweto police station to file a report and to write a statement. My family had already done that after visiting all the police stations and not finding me the day before. I was subsequently admitted to the hospital. The police are currently investigating the incident, so I would like to keep the details thereof from the public. All the logins to my social media handles have been compromised and changed. The passwords to my iCloud, Google, and Twitter accounts have been altered, so I can't log in. Also, I had to get a police extract in order to get a Ghana card replacement, so to get my SIM card back, which ultimately helped me to log into my Instagram and Facebook account. I am working to get my Twitter and Google accounts back, but in the meantime, my new Twitter handle is thank you for your concerns. I try to make my back again as soon as I can. Ghana is no safe. And see, this story, you see, when we were in school, they said cock and bull story. This story transcends that. First of all, look at that number of beatings Bongo was subjected to. His face hitting pillars and all that. And within 3 weeks, we all saw the interview. I did of you. Nothing showed Bongo, nothing. Even in movies, what fake beating Krampo. Where a month later you see the person still has those bruises. Still has, you said your face was swollen, boom. You see me, I've said it. This guy is lying. He's lying through his teeth, and he knows it. And some people are supporting him, and it is Boldadash. Yes, he's using Big Buffalo. I'm also using Big Buffalo. It's Boldadash. It's everything he said here. It's fallacy. It's a lie. Me, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I said it yesterday when I did the video. I said I don't believe, and he's just proving. Bongo, this story, but it'd be good. The Scriptwriters Association must be very, very, very proud. This is a very good story. Actual story, I guess, actual story. Like, you've made me. I can actually tell you a Peggy upon fun when Peggy was Peggy and she wasn't dead yet. I could tell you were reading, or you are still reading Peggy upon books. That is very good. It's impressive. Big ups to you. It's impressive. This movie. Onapo, Bongo, you do all. Hey, but the way Bongo they tell time, you see, I think you can also do the same. Just go and talk to Times Square. That guy has like watches, where if he give you, they feel like James Bond, Agent 007. You feel like his watches are different in a way. Like we get watch, then we get watch. You the bad what they try to, we get watch, then we get watch. Just hit Times Square up. Like, just hit him up. He will sort you out. Just hit him up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and follow for more content. This is Kushen Studios. My name is Kweku Abedu. Bye-bye.